A story is often remembered for how it ends. Whether it's the emotional crescendo of a romance, the triumphant victory in an adventure, or the twist that leaves a thriller etched in the reader's mind, the climax is the most critical part of your narrative. As the point where all plot threads converge, it defines the reader's overall experience and determines whether your book lingers in their hearts or is quickly forgotten. Crafting the perfect climax requires understanding both the mechanics of storytelling and the psychological elements that resonate with audiences. In this blog post, we'll explore the psychology behind great endings and share actionable steps for creating a satisfying climax that elevates your story. Why endings matter more than anything else. Our brains are wired to remember the peak moments of experiences, both the highs and lows, and how those experiences end. Psychologists refer to this as the peak end rule. According to this principle, the emotional peak of a story and its conclusion heavily influence how a reader evaluates the entire narrative. For writers, this means that no matter how compelling your beginning or intricate your middle, the success of your story often hinges on its climax and resolution. Readers seek closure, a payoff for their investment in your characters and plot. A well-crafted climax fulfills this need and leaves a lasting emotional impression. The elements of a powerful climax. A climax should be the culmination of your story's themes, conflicts, and character arcs. Here are the key elements to consider. 1. Emotional payoff. The climax is where your reader expects the most intense emotions. Whether it's relief, joy, shock, or sorrow, the emotional stakes must reach their peak. To achieve this, ensure that the protagonist is at their most vulnerable or challenged. The stakes, whether personal, physical, or existential, are at their highest. The outcome directly impacts the central theme or message of your story. For example, in The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, the climax of the first book occurs during Katniss's and Peeta's standoff with the Capitol over the double suicide. The emotional stakes are heightened by their relationship and the broader implications for rebellion, making the climax unforgettable. 2. Convergence of subplots. The best climaxes weave together multiple narrative threads into a cohesive whole. Readers should feel that every subplot was leading to this moment, even if they didn't realize it earlier. Consider J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, where the seemingly unrelated threads of the Triwizard Tournament, Voldemort's return, and Harry's connection to Cedric Diggory collide in a chilling climax. 3. High stakes and choices. Your climax should force the protagonist to make a critical choice, one that reveals their growth or exposes their flaws. This decision is often a test of their moral beliefs, values, or personal desires. In Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Elizabeth Bennet's choice to accept Mr. Darcy's proposal after overcoming her prejudices is a deeply satisfying climax. It's not just about romance, it's about personal growth and transformation. 4. Action or revelation. A climax can be action-packed, such as an epic battle, or revelation-driven, where a truth changes everything. Both types are equally powerful, provided they align with your story's tone and structure. In Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, the climax hinges on a shocking revelation, Amy's intricate web of lies and manipulation. This twist is more cerebral than action-driven, yet it delivers a gut punch that leaves readers reeling. Psychological tactics for crafting memorable climaxes. Understanding what makes readers tick can help you create a climax that resonates deeply. Here's how to use psychology to your advantage. 1. Build anticipation. A great climax doesn't come out of nowhere, it's built through careful foreshadowing and tension. Use subtle clues and unanswered questions to keep readers guessing, then deliver a payoff that's surprising yet inevitable. This combination creates the perfect balance of satisfaction and awe. 2. Play with expectations. Readers often try to predict where the story is going. While fulfilling their expectations can be satisfying, subverting them can make your climax unforgettable. However, the twist must feel earned, not random. A sudden, unearned twist can alienate your audience. 3. Leverage emotional peaks. Climaxes work best when they trigger multiple emotions simultaneously. For instance, a character might achieve their goal, but lose something dear to them in the process. This blend of triumph and tragedy creates a bittersweet emotional resonance. 4. Deliver catharsis. The climax should provide emotional release for both the characters and the readers. This catharsis is often tied to resolving the central conflict or answering the story's driving question. In The Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King, Andy's escape delivers an exhilarating release, satisfying the viewer's longing for justice and freedom. Common pitfalls to avoid in crafting climaxes. While the climax is a golden opportunity to wow your readers, it's also easy to misstep. Here are some common pitfalls and how to avoid them. 1. Rushing the climax. Avoid cramming the most critical events into a few pages. A rushed climax can feel underwhelming and leave readers unsatisfied. Give the moment the time it deserves by building tension gradually. 2. Overcomplicating the plot. Too many many twists or unresolved subplots can confuse readers. Strive for clarity and coherence, ensuring that each twist or reveal enhances the story. 3. Abandoning the emotional core. A climax that focuses solely on plot mechanics without emotional depth can feel hollow. Always prioritize your characters' emotional journeys, as this is what readers truly connect with. 4. Predictability. If the climax unfolds exactly as readers expect, it might lack impact. Introduce an element of surprise to keep them engaged while staying true to the story's logic. Step-by-step guide to writing the perfect climax. Here's a practical roadmap for crafting a climax that hits all the right notes. Step 1. Revisit your story's core conflict. Identify the main conflict driving your story. The climax should resolve this conflict in a way that aligns with your theme and character arcs. Step 2. Raise the stakes. Ask yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen to my protagonist at this moment? Push them to their limits, ensuring that failure or success carries significant consequences. Step 3. Bring subplots to a head. Tie up loose ends by converging subplots. Each subplot should feed into the main storyline, making the climax feel like the inevitable culmination of all events. Step 4. Create a pivotal choice. Put your protagonist in a position where they must make a critical decision. This choice should reflect their growth and reveal their true character. Step 5. Deliver the payoff. Reward your readers for their emotional investment. Whether it's a shocking twist, a triumphant victory, or a heartbreaking loss, the climax should feel earned and satisfying. Step 6. Foreshadow the resolution. While the climax resolves the central conflict, it should also hint at the story's resolution. This ensures a smooth transition into the denouement, where lingering questions are answered. Examples of great climaxes in literature. Let's analyze a few memorable climaxes to understand what makes them effective. 1. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The climax occurs when Gatsby confronts Tom Buchanan, and the truth about Daisy's feelings is revealed. The emotional tension, combined with Gatsby's tragic delusions, makes this scene unforgettable. 2. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The climax unfolds during the trial of Tom Robinson, where Atticus Finch's impassioned defense lays bare the deep racial injustices of society. This moment serves as the emotional and thematic peak of the story. 3. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. Frodo's struggle at Mount Doom, where he succumbs to the power of the ring but is saved by Gollum's intervention, is a masterclass in tension, stakes, and unexpected resolution. Final thoughts. Why the climax is your legacy. The climax is not just the turning point of your story, it's your chance to leave a lasting legacy. A great ending transforms your novel from a temporary escape into a timeless experience. By understanding the psychology of endings and mastering the art of crafting climaxes, you can create stories that resonate deeply with readers and stand the test of time. Remember, the perfect climax is more than a plot twist or a grand gesture. It's the moment when everything clicks, themes converge, characters shine, and readers feel the weight of every word you've written. So, take your time, rewrite, refine, and dig deep into the emotional core of your story. Because when you get the climax right, it's not just an ending, it's the beginning of your story's immortality. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you all in the next video.